Welcome back to Four Collectors. I'm Theo, and this is my brand new show. It's actually called The Best of the Best, and it's a show year by year breakdown of the best players with their best cards. And I'm going to have some of the best super collectors from YouTube on. This week is going to be one of the favorites in the community. It's going to be none other than Mickey Mantle.
They are the immortal icons who transcend the sport.
Swinging, there's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here.
Larger than life legends who inspired collections for the ages.
This is the Home Run Derby from 1959.
What happens when the game's biggest players
Bobby hits a drive into the gap in the left center field. There she is.
meet the hobby's biggest super collectors.
1968 3D.
That's where you'll find the best of the best.
Here he is, none other than Adam from Splendid Sports. Adam, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Theo. Man, what an intro. You're a wizard with that stuff, man. That's awesome. Love it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Just like you didn't know what the intro is, I have no clue what any of the cards you picked today are, and I'm going to be seeing them like everybody out there. But basically, once again, Adam had to look at his Mickey Mantle collection. He had to pick his favorite cards from every single year. So obviously, being a super collector, he doesn't only have the Topps and the Bowman cards. He's got some of the oddball issues and things like that. So I can't wait to see what you picked out, Adam.
So you're gonna start at the beginning, at the rookie year.
Yeah, so we're gonna start at 1951, and his career runs from 1951 until 1969. So I think I counted 19 separate cards there. And then we also are going to allow one modern card at the end. So it's going to end up being 20 cards. And also I told Adam to pick one card that was the hardest decision between two cards. And I also asked Adam to pick one dream card that would be in this list. So you just got to sit back, relax. I just want to give an explanation of what we did. But Adam, let's get started, man. You hit me with 1951.
Okay. I just want to say before we get started, it took me about 12 years to put this run together. All these cards I've started about 12 years ago. So it's been really fun, and it's been tough trying to choose the favorites. Now, 51 wasn't tough, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get cute with it. It's the 51 Bowman, the rookie card right here.
Awesome.
And, people have seen that card a lot of times, but the key with getting this card, it's very, very hard to find in the way that I wanted it as far as how it looked. Centering is really tough on this card, so I had to really search for the right one. And this PSA 5, one of the nicest centered ones you'll see. It's got some other issues, but it's a great condition card, and maybe my favorite Mickey card. We'll see.
Wow. How long ago did you pick it up? Was it an eBay purchase? Did you get it on an auction site? How did you end up acquiring it?
I got it. It was maybe a couple years ago, and it was on PWCC. At that time I had a bunch of cards out there with PWCC that I was selling. So, I kind of worked it out where I didn't pay for all of it, but I was able to pay for a good portion of it with the cards I had in the vault with PWCC, and ended up scoring that one. It's got not that a lot of people care, but it does have that. It has an eye appeal sticker for a 5 from PWCC.
Oh, so nice.
I agree. It's got good eye appeal.
It does. It's beautiful. All right. Well, let's move on to 1952.
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling what this one's going to be too, but let's see what it is.
Again, let's not get cute with it. 52 Bowman's a great card, but come on, let's go. We know what 52 is going to be. So we got the 52 Topps Mantle, and same thing with this card. There's always 52 Mantles you can buy out there, but if you're going to spend a lot of money on a card like this, at least for me, I wanted it to be one that really fit what I was looking for. I can't obviously afford a high grade. Anything higher than a 1 or maybe a 2 max was my limit. But I was thinking if I could find one that has at least pretty good centering, which is even hard to find on this card. Like I think this one has pretty good centering. That's what I was really looking for. And it has creases, but none across the face. So while it's not a hard card to get if you have the money, it is tough to find maybe the certain one that you want. So when this one popped up, I had to pounce on it and make a run at it, and happy I did. So there it is.
It's great. It's great. I think most mantle collectors would say it's the most beautiful mantle. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like it's his best looking card?
Yeah, and I know if you've been looking at cards for a long time, you've seen that card a million times, and it's kind of like a song. If you hear the same song over and over, no matter how great it is, you can kind of be like, all right, I still haven't gotten tired of looking at that card. And I know a lot of guys say that, it's overrated, it's overpriced, and I actually think it's still underpriced. I just saw a Nolan Ryan PSA 10 sell for like $10,000 from 1980. So if that's $10,000, and I think I got a good deal on that one on the Mickey Mantle, if you compare it to other cards.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's move on to 1953.
All right. Now, this was, you asked the year that was my hardest choice. This is my hardest choice. So I went with the 53 Bowman as my favorite. Tough call, but I just love this card. I love the image on there, the blue sky, the stadium in the background. It's just a beautiful card. And it was a tough choice between that and the 53 Topps, which is another beautiful card, for an art card. Whereas this is like, I would say Mickey Mantle's, the 53 Bowman is Mickey Mantle's first really like photography card, I would think. So I went with this one by a hair, but both awesome cards. So 53 is a tough choice.
Awesome. Yeah, they are both great. I could see why that's hard. So let's 1954. What do you got?
Now 54, we're going a little bit off not a Topps or a Bowman, but this is the 54 Red Heart.
Oh, nice.
Mickey Mantle in a PSA 4 with really nice centering on this one, which is really hard to find. Right to left centering's tough for these 54 Red Heart mantles. And I was able to find this 4, which was perfect because I didn't want to have I didn't want to get a high grade one. I wanted to find one like in a 4 that had this centering. So this was perfect for me. And I like the 54 Bowman, but this card with the blue background, beautiful card. Maybe my second favorite looking mantle card. I don't know, man. This is just a beautiful card.
Can we? I love the backs of those Red Hearts. Can you show the back real quick too?
Yep.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, this is what this show's all about. Seeing some of these other issues, and I think that's awesome. Great pick. All right, so 1955.
55, a polarizing set, but I love it. I love the 55 Bowman. There's other choices in 55. I think as far as like some oddball stuff, some really expensive ones, but I don't have any of those, but I do have this 55 Bowman, which I have had for a long time, and I love it. I love the design. So yeah, it's one of my faves.
Awesome. All right, 1956.
56, not a surprise really here with the 56 Topps, one of everyone's, well, maybe almost everyone's favorite, one of their favorite mantle cards, 56 Topps. So for all the reasons, love the combo of the portrait and the action shot, and the 56 Topps is one of the greatest sets of all time. So this is a gray back, if anyone cares.
Do you think Michael Jordan took the jump man from Mantle?
yeah, let's say that. I'm going to say that. Yeah, that would be cool.
All right. So what are we on? 1957, right?
Yeah, 57. Now I do have the base card, but I don't love it. I mean, it's a nice card, but I like this card better. Combo card. I'm going to go Mantle, Berra, Yankees power hitters, and I love Yogi Berra too. And so you can get them both on the same card. I'm going to go with this one for 57 over the base card.
Very cool. Love combo cards. That's a great one.
That's not breaking any rules with this, right? You can do combo cards. Is that
absolutely? Right. That's awesome. Yeah, you're setting the standard here today, Adam. Everybody that comes on the show after is going to have a hard time, man.
Yeah, it's an honor being your first one. This is an honor to be on this. I think this is. I can't wait to watch the other ones after this.
All right, so we're on 1958. What do you got for us for 1958?
1958? I do love the base card, but for me, this is like,
oh yeah,
this is the vintage card, man. And anyone that asks like, hey, I want to get a Mickey Mantle on a limited budget from the 50s even. This one, I always recommend this one because there's a lot of them, triple printed. And just from a design standpoint, it's the ultimate vintage card as far as how it looks and what it represents. So the first All-Star set, love this card.
I love it too. I got the Mutual, and I have the Hank Aaron, and I do think the subset. It's a great little subset to collect if anybody out there collects it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've thought about making it at some point, making that whole run of those All-Star cards.
Yeah. All right, so we're on 1959.
1959. Again, I have the base card, really like it, but this one, I love this whole subset, the Baseball Thrills from 59 Topps.
Okay.
Now, this is a absurd PSA 9. I just want to say I got this one a while back. Like a lot of these cards, I mentioned, I've gotten them over a 12-year period. I got this one a while back when I would not buy a PSA 9 of any Mickey Mantle playing days card now. But back then, the price difference between whatever, a PSA 5 versus a 9 really wasn't that big. So if a 9 was there, I said, I'm going to pop on it. So this is just love the look of this whole subset. Mantle hits 42nd homer for the crown. I do have this whole subset now completed too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So love that one.
Yeah, I love Baseball Thrills. I just got the Mutual. I think the Maze one is definitely underrated. The Catch.
It's one of the best cards ever. The Catch card. I mean, I love that card.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. I love that pick there. So let's go to 1960, the year that the Pirates beat them out in the World Series. So.
Yeah. So this was almost my 53 was my closest call, but this was a very close call too because I have and I love the All-Star card from 60, but I like the base card design a little more. Just the colors, the logo, the dual photo. I love the base card in this set. So I went with that one and got a PSA 7 on this one too. So
wow, the yellow just pops. It just I love it too. It's a great set. It's one of my favorite sets overall. So
yeah,
great.
So
great.
that's 60.
Okay, 61.
61, and now we're getting into years where you have a lot of different choices. There's a lot of cards of Mantle in 61, 62, but I went with the 61 All-Star card.
Nice.
Just like, I don't know, something about the design, with the breaking through the newspaper there. I don't know. I just always loved it. So this is going to be my favorite from 61.
Yeah, that's a great pick. And what's the backs of those look like again?
Back is.
Oh, okay. Just like the regular issue, just has more words on the back.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So you told me ahead of time that 61 is the year that you would have your dream card if you had. So what card would you have had in 61 if you had the card?
So you want to talk oddball? It would be the 61 dice game card, which it's a great looking card, but even more than how it looks, it's just so rare. I think there might be like 4 of them in existence because it was a test issue from Topps that was never meant for release. And somehow I think 4 of them got backdoored out. And so there's only 3 or 4 of them in existence, at least known so far. So, in a world where I had unlimited money and even were able to get one of those, one of them was up for auction, I think a year ago, and a PSA 1 with a pinhole sold for, I think, almost $400,000. so that'll give you an idea on that.
Wow.
But you want to talk ultra rare, then, a Mickey Mantle card from 61 that there's like 4 of in existence. That would be pretty cool.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. Let's move on to 1962.
1962, again, a lot of options in the top set and everything, but I went with a little bit of the food and beverage here with the Jell-O card, 1962 Jell-O. And if you know anything about the Jell-O cards, the 62 is a lot harder to find than the 63. And so I have a 62 here and a PSA 2. And you don't see most of these have authentic grades. Not that I care, but it has a 2 on it. And it's not the best looking card in the world, but just the fact that it was a piece of a Jell-O box from 1962 and that there's just so few of them out there, I went with this one for the rarity.
Yeah, that's a sick card. Is
It's
that
like,
one of the harder Jello box years for Mantle to get?
yeah, actually, I think he's. I don't think he had. This is his first year on Jello. I don't think he was on six. I don't know if they had. Did they have 61 Jello and other years? As far as I know, 62 was the first for him, and 63 was the next. You know, the other one I have of his, but the 63, there's way more of them than the 62.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's same as Clemente. Awesome pick. I love food issue cards. So I love that you add one in there. So let's go on to what are we on? 1963? Is that what we're on?
63, yes. I do like the design of the 63 base set, but I don't like the photo that Mantle has on it. He looks kind of angry, and I do have that card, but I didn't go with it because I didn't love the photo on 63 base, but I went with this one, Bomber's Best. I like the Bomber's Best on there, the green, and then I like the photo of Mantle a lot better than the base card. So I went with that one here from 63.
And that's an affordable Mantle card right there for people if they're out there looking for Mantle cards.
Yep.
It's a really nice card. I love that card.
Yep. And if you're a Yankees fan, you got 3 Yanks on there from 63.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Great pick. I love it. All right. What do we got for 64?
All right, 64. Love this one. I went with the Topps stand-up Mantle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Look at that card.
Whew.
In a PSA 8.
Oh my gosh.
Tough to find those in PSA 8.
Yeah, you bought that already graded, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. The back on that thing must be perfect. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Super clean. Man, I love the Clemente. The Mantle looks sick. The Maze is sick too. I don't know if you ever want to get the Maze one, but it looks awesome.
I do. I got the Clemente, the Koufax, the Hank Aaron, the Mantle, but I would love to get the Willie Mays. I've always loved that one. Just haven't been able to get it yet.
Great pick. All right, so 65.
65. I think a lot of people would go with the base card because a lot of people love the design of the base 65 set, which I do too. But I like this card better from 65. The Mantle's clutch home run, and this is actually an O-Pee-Chee, so a little tougher to find these in a high grade PSA 8 on this card.
Wow.
Normally not an expensive card. It's very inexpensive for most cards of Mantle, but I just like the photo, the swinging photo, and the action there, and the fans in the background all dressed up, and just like the way it looks. So,
yeah, I mean, he just looks larger than life on that picture. That O-Pee-Chees are always cut bad, so to get an 8, oh my gosh, that must be very low pop count out there.
I think it is. Yeah, I haven't checked in a while, but I think it's pretty low, and maybe in the 30s, something like that, as far as pops, which are pretty good for back then.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 1966. We're almost to the end of his career. What do you got for 66?
66. I just went with the base card because I always liked this card. This is a PSA 7 old school label there with a 0. So I got this one a long time ago. It was graded a long time ago, but just always liked this card. So, I didn't have as many options in 66, the least that I had. So I went with this one.
Nice. All right, cool. So we got 1967.
1967, I went with this card primarily because Pepino Man Caesar calls it the Mantle DUI card. And I went with the base card with the blue background, but he calls it the DUI photo of Mantle. And this is a nice example. Yeah. Not my favorite card, but I guess might be my favorite from that year. So
that's a great choice. I love it. Mantle has so many cards with blue backgrounds. I'm guessing it's the Yankee. They trying to do like a Yankee color match with the jersey, maybe. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. All right, and then 68. I do have the base card. I like the base card, but hard not to go with this one. Superstars, Killer Brew, Mays, Mantle, all on the same card. And one of the nicest copies you'll see of this card, PSA 8, really nicely centered, great condition card there. So
Yeah, that's the one card I think competes with the Clemente Aaron Mays as far as the best multiplayer card, because it's obviously you have Mays on both, so was Mantle and Killebrew better than Clemente and Hank Aaron. That's where it's kind of hard to make a call there. But I love that subset. Clemente has a card obviously in that subset, so great choice. It's great.
And another card that, because it's a combo card, unless you're looking for a high grade, if you just want it in a whatever grade, it's not that expensive, so you can get those 3 legends on one card for not that much money compared to other cards.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so 1969.
69, one of the, I guess maybe one of the first parallels of Mantle. This is the 69 Topps card. Now, he retired after 68, but Topps made one more card of him. He didn't play in 69, but this is the Mantle last name in white. So there's the I guess you'd call the more common one is the last name in yellow, but this one has his name right there in white, which is a lot harder to find. And this is a 3.5, very hard card to find in general, but to find one that's got some good centering on it is very tough. So I really wanted to get this one when I saw it. So does it add like 10 times? Is it like 10 times more expensive to buy the different variation, or is it hard for you to say on the fly? Like, how much more expensive do you have to? I forget. It's a lot more expensive though. It's definitely multiples more expensive than the one with the name in yellow. So
that's awesome. Clemente has that situation in 1958 Topps. There's a parallel with the Pirates team name has a different color. So that's really cool. So we got through the career. It was an amazing showing, Adam. I'd love to see. You are one of the super collectors out there that collect a lot of modern. So I can't wait to see what modern card you picked.
Yes. Where did I put it? Here it is. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I am going to show. If it's all right, I want to show 2 because just for it's different. I didn't break in rules, but for different reasons. So this one is 1988 Pacific Legends was a set when I was a kid that I was obsessed with because it was like my way of getting these cards of these players in a cheap way. So here is a Pacific Legends Mantle from '88, and it's signed by Mantle. So it's got a autograph on it there in a nice spot right on his jersey. So this is like a sentimental, nostalgic card for me. A lot of people don't even know or care about this set, but it was a set I loved as a kid. So to have this card and get it signed, get a signed copy, that's my favorite Mantle modern card from 1988. But from a hobby perspective and importance, I got to go with this one too. This is the 94 Upper Deck, well-known card. And I'm not a Griffey collector, I'm a Mantle collector, so I picked the one that just was signed by Mantle. There's a bunch of them that were signed by both, which goes for a ton of money. This one's still expensive, but you can save some money by just getting one of the autos on there. So
that was a pack pulled autograph, correct?
Yes. Yeah, they did 500 of each. 500. So they did 500 with Mantle just signed, 500 with both, and then 500 with just Griffey.
Wow.
Yep.
And the Pacific card you showed, that wasn't a pack pull autograph. That was actually autographed by him in person?
Yeah, this was autographed after the fact. You'll see these 1988 Pacific cards. They have such great photos. That's one of the reasons why I always love these cards is because Mike Kramer, who ran Pacific, who I had on my channel, he picked awesome photos for this set. Photos of these legends that you really don't see on other cards. Or even in other places. This photo I thought it was one of Mantle's best photos on this card here. So to get it signed was great. I didn't get it signed myself, but I bought it after the fact. But you'll see a lot of these on eBay that have been autographed because people use these cards as kind of to get autographs from Stan Musial, and back in the day, there's a bunch with like DiMaggio's signature on them and stuff. So if you look under that set, it's a good way to get some of those legends autographs. Not that expensive compared to some other things you'd get on their autograph because 88 Pacific Legends isn't like a iconic set in the hobby, So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
you really brought it today. You really set the standard for future shows. Thank you so much, Adam, for coming with all these great cards, man. It was a great showing.
Thanks for having me. I love this idea for a show. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the future ones that you do. I already got people in mind. I think you're probably going to be having on, so should be fun.
Yeah. So this new series is going to be on for collectors, and I already have some great super collectors lined up. And as far as the comments go, let you guys know some of the cards maybe Adam left on the table. So by all means, maybe call out 1 or 2 years that you felt maybe you felt differently than Adam in the comments. I'd love to hear some feedback. But what we're going to end the best of the best show with is we're going to end with a tabletop display of what Adam's choices were for his best year by year of his super collector player, which is Mickey Mantle. So we're going to end with that. Stick around for that. Thank you again, Adam, for coming. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See you guys.
The magnificent Yankee, the great number 7, Mickey Mantle. Here's the payoff pitch. This is it. There it goes. It's out of here. Baseball was real good to me. And playing 18 years in the Yankee Stadium for you folks is the best thing that could ever happen to a ball player.